Alright everyone, this is the fourth game of the night during Retiree Banquet right here, with all of the Rise retirees coming out of retirement, and with that, Morgamir and Witchking aim are very, very low, barely not in arrow range. It was probably good that Toby did not go arrows on those two heroes, because I think they barely would have survived. But regardless, already a pretty scrappy and close beginning into this game. We have Toby on the Arfidanian faction, and Explosive on Neymar. We also have Aardvark, Bonsi, and Terror on good, and Klaus coming back also as another retiree, a new retiree in tonight's session. And finally, Protosser on Evil Men. Let's begin. Oh, Witch King dies. And apparently he just didn't wait long enough. And now Morgamir also dies to cannons. Both of those low heroes. Okay. GG.
Guys.
You can't be a worse Angmar than me. Come on, Explo.
Guys. My fault.
Alright everyone, this is the fourth game in the Retiree Jubilee. We have a bunch of retired Rise players coming out of the woodwork today to play Rise of the Witch King. We have Klaus on Elves, a new retiree actually during tonight's session. This is going to be his first time playing. We also have Explosive on Angmar, Exodus on Misty Mountains, Aardvark on Evil Men, Bonsi, Western Gondor, Toby Cardinal, and finally Protosser Arfredan. Let's begin.
The cannon. Andrew's so fat I clicked her instead of the cannon. What the? That's so fucked up.
Early aggression, we see Aardvark actually recalling into Western Rudar. Arfredan's special transport getting intercepted at the center of the map. That is going to be pretty problematic for the mid-game because now Evil can rotate with impunity onto Western Gondor or Elves without much in this realm of resistance. Top side of the map, Explosive going in on a Protosser's Western Gondor. He is now forced to sit here. There's not really much else he can do with that Ard loss. Meanwhile, we see a little bit of a troop build up in this sector of the map, and I think very soon, yep, they are going to reveal themselves. It is a instant triple onto Scaffold the Longworm. And even worse, that weapon is not on, at least not at the start, because the gas was being started on it, and with no good ARB or no evil ARB in the area in time to respond, it is going to be most of these cannons being stripped out. Not quite killing the spawn, of course, but with no good losses, it is a very effective and very nice early open. This is going to leave the spawn very, very vulnerable and very easy for them to finish off later on. Explosive instead using the time to go in on Lothlorien, but we also see the Lothlorien spawn starting to upgrade. Does Explosive take the guess and assume that this is the spawn upgrade or the Nenya upgrade? You guys decide. Meanwhile, though, he just takes the time to go for the cannons on the sides of the spawn, and right as he recalls out, we see actually the upgrade get cancelled. Wow, nice timing on that, Klaus.
Whoa.
Pin of Galen being pushed down by Exodus and Aardvark right now. That was like a pixel perfect cancel almost. Yeah, I'm trying my best to not reveal too much with my commenting, but let me know if I ever do any missteps. First upgrades of the game are about to be finished. A couple people are like 40 seconds late, but it's no real big deal. If you forgot to upgrade, now is the time, of course. Top of the map, we see a few standard engagements, Explosive building up to do another attack against Protosser. We also have, of course, Exodus is sitting on top of Scaffold for the meantime. And we also have Aardvark over here starting to attack the cannons protecting the crossing at the Gualfo. Oh, explosives are barely not dying there. Point blank recalls caused this very scrappy fight. Thranduil going down to Morgan Witch King. Durin almost going down, but his shield recall recharges just in time. He is forced into the corner. Golden Bolt recalls out and barely makes it out alive. And now Durin is being chased down by the Witch King, but makes it out alive as well. What a scrappy fight. Morgan goes down for Glorfindel and Thranduil. Definitely a little bit of a favorable trade for Klaus, but the lack of Confuse is going to hurt Angmar for quite a while. Especially since he is probably going to lose Mount Graham in the time taken for that fight.
What is this Larry guy saying?
Yeah. Plus, like, Explosive had cataract, so he couldn't click Galadriel. Like, it's so tough.
I did not see her, guys. I was trying. I just could not.
Oh, favorable for Explosive, I mean. Sorry, I misspoke. It is gonna hurt him a little bit with the Confuse, but it is definitely, like, way more power loss than Klaus. It does make the Elves Hero Ball way easier to micro, which for some people it does actually make quite the difference. We'll have to see here. He does have Galadriel and Celeborn, which are a lot of his range damage.
Oh, I've done everything I need to do. This is unleashed. I've unleashed the disc.
Shire comes out. Are we gonna see Stor's build? That'd be pretty funny.
I've unleashed the Exodus. He's full power now.
We do see Aardvark pushing in onto Eric. This is a very nice set of rotates that cause this damage up until Pin of Galen. 7 minutes 40, and Western Gondor is already almost down to Lamadon in the center. Let's see what Aardvark does with this time. He's doing potentially the thing a lot of EM players and Missing Balance players will do, which is go onto Ed Helen first before Eric. Ed Helen is way harder for Western Gondor to defend. It also has just kind of slightly less cannon density as well anyways. That being said, he does recall out, deciding not to take the risk of grabbing those extra cannons on the Ed Helen spawns itself. Instead tries to chase away the Cardinal player from his center. E-Halls does get destroyed by Exodus over here. Nice pickup for Exodus, grabs a bit of money, very nice for him. A little bit of chat. Next up, Exodus goes in for a bit of pressure on Mirkwood, trying to take out that spawn. In the east side of the map, we also see Bonsi finding the space now to start attacking Wayne Rider encampment, just clearing that spawn out. We got Toby and Klaus going for a double on the central end of Whiteframe camp. Nice damage on that spawn, but because of the mass differential, most likely they are going to have to recall out lest they get destroyed. Ossier actually does get picked up by the Aardvark Hero Ball there before he is able to escape. A little bit of their greed getting the better of them. They thought they could stay in the area just long enough to finish off the spawn, but instead lose a hero for it.
Toby free?
Don't leave me hanging.
Bit of a lull in the fighting once more. Durin the 4th grabs Barella land. Okay, Buzzword Doom gets spot. It might be a Dwarf build this game for the Dwarven player, the Elves and Dwarven player. Toby comes back to finish off what he started earlier, also grabbing that tiny bit of cash from that cannon. Nice pickup for him. Meanwhile, though, we do see a double down here. No, it's just a triple. It just looks like a lot of mass because Aardvark built up quite a lot. All the outer cannons on Eric have been stripped down, and with no Arb in the area to defend him, this might be an early death for Bonsi with minimal, if at minimal doubles actually. No doubles on Eric, just doubles on NF Galen and Lefnui. Bonsi is out of position to defend Ed Helen. This is the other reason why a lot of evil players like to swap to Ed Helen when they're attacking Eric, is because typically the special transport is out of position to defend both Ed Helen and Eric at once. Now, Aardvark can swing back and probably take out Eric, or even if Bonsi refuses to move here, start going down on Lamadon. But instead, Bonsi recalls. This gives Aardvark the actual opening to finish off Eric, and this is a pretty good example of how you want to push Western Gondor as a solo player. Now granted, Klaus does come in to chase him away, so he's going to have to finish this push a little bit early, but still, very good progress on the Western Gondor player by Evil Men. Meanwhile, we did see Mirkwood die off screen there, so the eastern side of the map has been consolidated for the evil players. Also, at the western side of the map, we do see Protosser trying to attack once more. Explosive. Western RotWK is still not down. Explosive has been rotating quite a lot, but this does mean his main front is a little bit underdeveloped. The Flame Fest begins between Bonsi and Toby as they start measuring their progress against each other. Evil Min is quite dangerous right now, pretty beefy with tons and tons of mass to work with for sure. It is going to be Eric going down very shortly, and indeed the spawn does die. Klaus tries to box in Aardvark, but Aardvark just decides to take the engagement. Idrehill flies over his entire hero ball, and that is going to be the Banshee hero for Western Gondor going down. Meanwhile, at the Khazar Dûm part of the map, Exodus starts the siege on the area. The entire area is locked down by creep. Vision is abounds for the evil faction, so their stranglehold on this area is very strong. Both Wing Rider Encampment and Dol Guldur are still alive as well, even. Easterling Encampment goes down for Aardvark. This is going to be an Easterling game. What a turn of events. This is a, I guess, a East build of circumstance for the evil team. Good is down quite a lot of heroes and quite a lot of mass, so they are going to have a difficult time actually trying to push this. Bonsi does get the mass that spawns with this event, and the Marshal of Kyle Nardhan is going to ready himself to attack. If Good can get into position for this, they might be able to nip this in the bud before it is able to get established. Let's see what happens with the rest of this. Exo is still in the area, I believe. Yes, indeed, right there. And Aardvark is here to defend once the Kyle Nardhan push begins. Maglor gets bought by Toby. I haven't seen this hero in quite a while, I'm not going to lie. You do not see Maglor very often these days. Let's see if Toby is able to actually make use of him. Bonsi starts to do a couple of skirmishes against Aardvark. Marshall has not quite yet begun his push, of course, but regardless, Kumbul goes down 2 volley in that engagement. Explosive loses his big range hero.
Really weird pathing. That was really weird pathing.
Yeah, that does seem like it would have been weird.
He was on the top side, he walked all the way around the bottom.
Eastern Encampment, by the way, is going to be a little bit delayed because typically you want to have Amon Laha destroyed and marshaled killed, because they both decrease the amount of time it takes for the spawn to actually activate. But since they did it kind of like suddenly, they didn't have those preparations done. The Marshal of Count Nardhal goes in for his assault. The Good faction is in tow, trying to actually assist. Karl Nardhan Marshal has been destroyed in this push. Durin actually dies at Khazar Dûm alongside Celeborn to Exodus. Not the best engagement for the Elves player. Toby going in, trying to push into the Golfing Bull and Witch King Ball for Explosive. He does not actually lose any heroes, but he gets quite low, and the charge actually gets deflected with the very nice Lifeboat Micro, but Explosive managed to go in point blank and destroys the Lifeboat directly, destroying Maglor and Minaglar, a 2-for-1 kill.
Oh, it's too funny.
And with that, Klaus decides to call GG. A few too many losses on the Good side, and that is going to be, I assume, the Good faction throwing in the towel very shortly. Klaus has left, Bonsi has left. Very, very fast progress made by the evil faction, for sure. The Western Gondor crumpled very quickly with not enough pressure put on Evil Men to actually counteract it. Toby tries to 1v1 Witch King with Aaronborn Huntsman. Does not end well for him, let's just say. And with that, it's going to be a GG for this game.